Hello, my friends. Let's go for a walk. Today I want to continue that those reflections that we started last video, and about the idea of having a set of moral codes, or 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 moral codes, or that would talk to on us, to the to virtues, to actions that are considered virtues, and in which way we would be um, acting, if you will, on divine laws, on laws that, and the conjunction of those laws, together with perhaps much more than what we can think of, that would be part of God. That would be the idea of God, very different from the idea that perhaps we cultivated in the past of a old wise man. So, okay, um, this whole idea that, again, if you not sure what I'm talking about, I invite you to look the previous video, the number one, and that's where we introduce that, or start exploring, thinking about this idea. So, but this idea, it does bring profound implications, doesn't it? Because if you think about it, and there are certain things that we commonly attribute or understand as being part of God. Many people would call them attributes of God. These are things, for example, like God is sovereignly good and just, omnipresent, omnipotent, and so on and so forth. Unique. There's just one God. So could could those attributes be reconciled with this idea? Well, if we think about it, perhaps yes, perhaps it can, but it does have implications, right? So, for example, let's take one, for instance, one of them, one of those attributes, sovereignly good and just. Okay, so if we are to think that there are a set of laws, let's call it divine laws, and this set of divine laws, it's coming from a supreme intelligence, if we will, or or a higher energy, or however we want to define. And these energy, this supreme intelligence, is sovereignly just and good. Then we have to conclude that this set of moral laws are cannot be conflicting with each other. It has to be, otherwise it wouldn't be just. It has to be to produce good. Otherwise, God itself would not be sovereignly good, right? So, in other words, then, when we come down to the virtue level, which is where we relate to God, or one of the places maybe that we relate to God, then we have to conclude as well that virtues have to be non-conflicting. What does that mean? Um, if we continue reflecting, it will definitely we're definitely gonna have arrived in that conclusion that it does mean that, for example, if I'm expressing an action, a virtuous action of, let's say, charity, This action cannot be conflicting to with happiness, another virtue, or love, or justice. This is very interesting because this concept will invite us to rethink what really are some of these virtues that we perhaps in the past um, thought them in one way. For example, how many times there might be that there was instance or actions that you committed in your life that you thought to be charitable, but that did not result in a happiness or calmness or peace of mind on you. So then the question really is, if that's generating a conflict inside within, was that the best that we could do? I mean, everything it comes down to assessing our conscience, right? And through investigating these feelings in our conscience, learning our relationship with God. So it's very interesting, isn't it? Because there's no um, receipt. There's no written certainty in that relationship. It is a as unique as you are because it's your conscience. But the laws itself, as we discussed in the last video, could very well be just the same. The virtues could very well be all aligned with each other, and and inviting to align among ourselves as human beings as well, but unique and also not static within ourselves. Why? Because as we discussed last time, conscious itself, human conscious, evolves. It's not static. Um, the other piece that I find very interesting is that we talk about attributes of God, and would be possible that the attributes of God also talks to what would be some perhaps attributes we would call it uh, within ourselves, within us. And would that be possible that this is also not static, that we have developed them? Well, perhaps that's a topic for another video. Alright, guys, I hope you like it. See you next time. Bye.